Hey guys, what's up? I'm Jack and I am yet another Let's Player, and oh my god, it's a Mario game. Guys, look, it's a Mario game. It's taken so long, we've actually finally got one.
Mario.
It's a me, Mario, and welcome to Super Mario 64 DS. Why the DS version? Well, I will explain on many occasions, I imagine, throughout this Let's Play. I actually consider this to be the superior version of Super Mario 64. Except for the title screen, I'm not really sure what's going on there. Hey, it's Yoshi! I wonder if we'll be seeing him throughout the game at all. Alright, let's get started. Let's go. File A. As you can see, I'm playing this on the Wii U, just to point out.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I've baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Let's go. Oh yeah. Yo, yo.
Yoshi! Yoshi! Listen! Mario hasn't returned yet. Alright, so, even though the game in Super Mario 64 DS, you don't actually control Mario at the very beginning, so Peach has invited Mario for some cake. I mean, I can understand inviting Luigi. Not sure why Wario is here, and I have no idea what they were all doing at the beginning of that cutscene. Will say, love the music that plays while you're making your way to, while the camera is panning out to show this is 3D! Mostly. Okay, so Super Mario 64 DS brings in a number of control differences. Firstly, you have a run button. It's not a matter of simply pushing an analog stick forward and that affects your speed. Because it's a DS, it doesn't have an analog stick, just a D-pad. So they added in a run button. You can still run around in circles. If you play on a Wii U and a 3DS, it's way better. Because you actually have the circle pad and the analog stick. You have a camera reset in this version, which is the #1 reason on why this version is better. You still have, like, this was the Mario cam. I guess in this occasion it's called the Yoshi cam. Yoshi can spit out his tongue. As I spit out his tongue, whatever you call that, and he can do his flutter jump, which you can do both on a single jump and the double jump. You also get a triple jump as well, but you can't flutter after that. I thought I'd just showcase this. So I'm playing this on the Wii U. So when you're playing on a DS game on the Wii U Virtual Console, you have a number of screen options. You have one where you can have, like, the top screen takes priority and have the little image for the bottom screen, and you have vice versa, which isn't very useful there. You have this, which looks fine, but you have to hold the Wii U gamepad sideways, and that messes up your controls. I really don't know why we couldn't just have that as a standard screen, for reasons we'll see in a moment. And you also have this one, which gives you a nice clearer view, but it's sideways, and this is if you hold the gamepad in the opposite direction. I have no idea what games will do this, by the way. I hear maybe the DS Zelda games. I've never played them, so I don't really know. And you have one where you just have the top screen on your TV and the bottom screen will be on the gamepad. For some games it's fine, but I wanted to have the map in view. And then finally, we have an actual DS screen where you can't see anything. It's like, why can't we just have these screens just in the black background? What is the point of this? Because one of the games that's available on the Virtual Console is Yoshi's Island DS, and this is the only way you can play it. That is the only way you can do it. Because it makes use of both screens. So as long as unless you want to be constantly looking up and down between the TV screen and your gamepad, that is the only way you're ever going to be able to play Yoshi's Island DS, and you can't see anything. Uh-oh. Looks like the doors are locked, huh? I just saw a rabbit taking off with a key in his mouth. Why didn't you look for him on the touchscreen map, Yoshi? Yep, so he's just over there. You can see, like, whenever there's like a few little circles that will appear on the bottom screen, that's me touching the gamepad. So our rabbit is just over here. Luckily, Yoshi has a slightly easier time catching rabbits. Ah! Don't eat me! All I did was tease you a little. Come on, let me go. Aye! I thought it was the end for little old me. My entire life flashed before my eyes. Talk about scary. Anyway, here, take the key. It's just slowing me down. This game has some sort of obsession with rabbits. You retrieved the key to the castle from the rabbit. Now you're ready to go inside the castle. Mario and his buddies went to the castle ages ago, and they still haven't returned. Maybe they're just having fun. I'm sure nothing is wrong. I'm sure absolutely nothing is wrong. When does anything ever happen around here? I mean, this area has a whole outside section, but it's pretty much just here for you to practice your moves a little bit. And later on you can go inside the moat. But, I mean, I can swim. And that's about it. I think this is the only game in which Yoshi can actually swim. Like, can he? No, he swims. Does he swim in Super Mario World, or does he just run on the floor? I think he does actually swim. I can't really remember. There's like properly swimming here. But then he disintegrates and he falls into the water in Sunshine. He can only stay on the water's surface in Galaxy 2 and Yoshi's Island. But yeah, Yoshi can actually swim in this game. This game came out 2 years after Sunshine. And I have no idea why he was like that in Sunshine. Welcome. No one's home. Now scram and don't come back. Bowser has a weird laugh in this game. Oh no, it looks like Bowser's taken over again. Let's see what this fungus has to tell us. Hello, fungus.
Thank heavens you came to you, Yoshi! Bowser locked Princess Toadstool and all of us inside the walls! He stole our power stars and is using the magic to create an evil land of monsters in the castle walls and paintings! Mario and his buddies went to retrieve the stars, but they haven't come—
Okay, we've got to stop now. As I saw them, they were heading to the room on the left with the painting of the Bob-Ombs. Where are they? Are they taking a nap somewhere? So now it's up to you, Yoshi, to find them and retrieve the stars. We're all depending on you. Oh god. How does anybody ever do the Toad voice? I know Nintendo just probably just reused the same clips ever since the first game they've ever made a noise in, but even so. Although they actually did have lines of dialogue in Sunshine, I bet that was fun for them. Keys to open this door. Go in there, yep, right in here.
Mario, over here! Help!
Oh no. Looks like I need 3 stars to open this door, and I can't be bothered to go through that door. Alright, let's go to this one that doesn't actually have a number on it. It's a massive painting with some bob-ombs, and some things on the wall. You can return to the castle's main hall at any time from the painting worlds. Blah 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 blah. The one thing this game didn't do is that it did, the Lakitu brothers is like, that's who's controlling the camera. You've got like a Lakitu flying around you. He's got like a fishing rod with a camera on it, and he's filming everything we do. They would actually tell you this is the Lakitu brothers, as if it's like they're like a news company that will be following you around everywhere. You don't get that here. It wouldn't really make sense considering that we also see them fly away. So I don't know what we'd be looking at. Big Bob-omb on the summit. Welcome to Course 1, Bob-omb Battlefield. Complete with what is considered to be the game's main theme. Chasing Mario led you to the smack in the middle of a battlefield. Where's Mario? First, talk to the Bob-omb buddy. In standard mode, you can do this by pressing A. It'll certainly help you out. I don't know what non-standard mode is. You there, sir. Watch out. Wander around here and you might get plastered by a water bomb. Doesn't sound that deadly. This meadow has become a battlefield ever since the big Bob-omb got his paws on the power stars. Just a little while ago, a moustache man with a red cap just wouldn't listen and left for the mountain. Come to think of it, the moustache man hasn't returned. I wonder what ever happened to him. I mean, this is Mario. How does Mario ever get kidnapped? Except for Super Princess Peach. And Luigi's Mansion. Okay, he's captured a few times. Danger! We're in the midst of a war between evil black Bob-ombs and us Bob-omb buddies. That sounds much worse than it actually is. You can see the star that's up on the mountain. That's where the big Bob-omb is. He's very powerful and throws Bob-ombs on the mountain peak. This guy just throws members of his own kind to their death. This guy's worse than Bowser. Oh, I can't break it. Yoshi can't for some reason. You have a ground pound. Super Mario 64 brought in a few moves from some previous games. There was Yoshi's Island and Donkey Kong for the Game Boy, or Donkey Kong 94. So that included things like I don't know if your triple jump was in it, but Yoshi's Island had the ground pound and the flutter jump. And then you also have, we'll see over the course of the game, you have a somersault, which you do if you suddenly push the analog stick in the opposite direction and then jump. It's a little bit difficult to pull off in 64, it's way easier to do in the other games. You also have a long jump, you have a... there was one other thing that I was going to mention, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, a backflip. Not every move can be performed by every character. Woo! And that is terrifying. But I have to say, I love Bob-omb Battlefield. This is out. This is considered to be the game's main theme. It plays in a number of stages. Aside from Big Boo's Haunt, every stage, every piece of music plays in at least 2 stages. This one gets 4. And sometimes they'll be used for a few of the other one-off areas as well. And I love this theme. This is the theme for Bob-omb Battlefield, Womp's Fortress, Tall Mountain, and Tiny Huge Island. Go in here. I think once you're close enough to it, the balls don't come out anymore. And I have no idea what that's telling me. If you don't hold down the run button, you do go to a modest walking speed, but it takes a few seconds. Otherwise, you go through this incredibly slow little plod. I don't know why you have, but I hope that you do. I'm the big Bob-omb Baron of all blasting matter, king of the kabooms the world over. Incredible! You made it this far, even without a moustache. I commend your courage, but that is my... Whatever it said there. You must defeat me if you want. You'll be quite helpless facing my Bob-omb minions. Now, put your tongue back in your mouth. It's quite undignified. Let's battle. Thank you for telling me what to do. My tongue was already in my mouth. Anyway, so I'll throw Bob-ombs at you. Yoshi can grab the Bob-ombs and spit them back out. And then he bounces around in it. Urgh! Urgh! I love that sound. I can't tell here if he actually has a model. A lot of the round and spherical objects, including balls and Bob-ombs, are actually 2D images in the original, and in most cases that is the same here. I'm not entirely sure about this guy. I think he is a 3D model, but I can't really tell. Ow, that hurts! How did I lose to a bald-faced fellow like you? Let's just keep this between you and me. I'll give you my precious power star in exchange. If you want to see me again, just select this star from the menu. And we got ourselves a power star! It's our main collectible of this game. And that's the first. Super Mario 64 has 120 of these things. Super Mario 64 DS has 150. It adds in 30 more power stars. You've recovered one of the stolen power stars. Now you can open some of the sealed doors in the castle. Try the princess room on the 2nd floor and the room with Womp's Fortress on the 1st floor. But there's still no signs of Mario. Hurry and find him, Yoshi.
Later! I'm going back in here.
Foot race with Koopa the Quick. So for the most part, you can do these missions in any order that you want, but some do have to you do have to select a specific one. Thank you. The big Bob-omb is nothing but a big dud now. The battle has only just begun. Other enemies have the rest of the power stars. Recover more stars to open doors. My Bob-omb buddies are waiting for you. Be sure to talk to them. They'll set up cannons for you. Exactly what this does. So there are cannons in every level. You have to, every level except Big Boo's Haunt, I think. We're peace-loving Bob-ombs, so we don't use cannons. But if you'd like to blast off, we don't mind. Help yourself. We'll prepare all the cannons in the course for you. So there'll always be a Bob-omb buddy somewhere in a level, ready to blast off. I'm not giving myself a chance to read all of this. In every level except Big Boo's Haunt, you'll come across a bunch of cannons. You've got to find the Bob-omb buddy, and then he'll activate all of the cannons in the level. It's usually about 1 or 2, sometimes more. Then we have this guy. Howdy! Do you know where Mario is? I've been looking around for him. You don't look like you're busy. If you don't mind, would you bring Mario to me? Or whatever it was he was saying. So, Koopa the Quick is one that will only show up if you select his mission on the level select screen. So, but he'll only race with Mario, so we need to find these caps. Caps are something that I can't remember if everybody can use them or if it was just Yoshi. I'll find out in the future. While searching for the power stars, you found the red cap. Put it on and voila! You suddenly look just like Mario. When playing as Mario in standard mode, you can punch, grab enemies and blah blah blah. You can also do your famous wall kicks. Princess Peach is counting on you. Alright, so now I look like Mario. I still sound like Yoshi. He has if you crouch, he has a punch kick combo. It's not really that useful. And if you try and do it while crouching, he does this little breakdance kick, which is incredibly useless. And he can pick up and throw Bob-ombs and a few other objects. I still prefer to jump on enemies. I just find it more reliable. Oops. Also, because I'm playing this on the Wii U, I still haven't gotten used to the button layout. Well, if it isn't Mario! Long time no see. You put on a few pounds since I last saw you. Too much pasta and lounging, huh? You're calling me fat? You should really get some exercise. Hey, how about a race to the mountaintop where the big Bob-omb was? Done. When I say go, let the race begin. You absolute jerk! You're calling me fat? Have you seen what I am capable of doing? I am incredibly athletic for somebody of my size. Right, so there are 2 of these races. And it's like a common thing that they like to do in 3D Mario games. In Super Mario 64, you have Koopa the Quick. In Super Mario Sunshine, you have some guy from Ocarina of Time wearing a mask. I can't remember what it's like, El Piantissimo or something like that. Despite his name, he's not a Pianta. In Galaxy, you race against a Boo a couple of times, and you also have the Cosmic Comets. And I think there's a few kinds of races in 64. There's a couple where you race against Koopas or Penguins or whatever. There's quite a lot of races in Galaxy, not 64. Same with Galaxy 2, I believe. And then in Odyssey, you have races against like all the different Koopas. You can grab ledges, but he doesn't always like to do it for some reason. And then we can get onto the... Just got to touch the flagpole, now we've got to wait for him. Sometimes they'll grab a hold of the top of the pole, sometimes they will not. You do have to wait for him though, before you can do anything. You took damage from a large height! Whoa! You really are fast! A human rocket! Here you go! You won it fair and square! We will race him again much later on. Grab the star again! 2 down. We are now 1/75th of the way there. Alright. We'll see him again later on. He's actually a nice Koopa. I can't remember if this was the first game to do that. 5 silver stars. If this was the first game to introduce friendly Koopas and friendly Bob-ombs, and I know starting from one of the Paper Mario games or something, you get friendly Goombas as well. So it's a bit inconsistent, but You know what else is inconsistent? Taking damage from a large height. In Donkey Kong, Mario couldn't fall any further than his own height and he would die. In Super Mario Brothers and all of the 2D games, you can fall from any height and be perfectly fine, except bottomless pits. In this game, you take a certain amount of damage when you fall from a large height, which will vary depending on the height itself. I don't think it's possible to lose all of your health, but you can do. And that's it's not that much of an issue because you can if you use the ground pound when you're close to the ground, that will stop you in the air for a bit and that will save you. It doesn't really make any sense how you stop in the air when you perform the ground pound, but this is Mario. Questioning logic in a Mario game is a very dangerous thing to do, I am convinced. You'll probably cause some sort of disaster to the space-time continuum, I imagine, if you do it. Like, it's Super Mario. A world where fat men jump really high. You could use fire underwater. Fire Koopas can shoot fireballs at you with no harm to them, but you can kill them with your own fireballs for some reason, and vice versa. You can get squished by stuff like that and go a bit flat and you'll be fine. Another thing I find the DS version just does so much better is the way the characters react to terrain. Like Mario, whenever he stops on a slip, he's just going to start sliding down and you can jump out of it or try to, but it's very unreliable to do so. I hate how Mario reacts to terrain in the original. I'm just going to say this now. I don't like Super Mario 64 like the original version. I like this version, provided that you play it on the DS or the Wii U. Do not play this with a D-pad. Like, it's very awkward to do. You can move around with the touchscreen, which is even more unreliable. I don't know why anybody would want to do that, or why they thought that would be a good idea. I don't even know how you're supposed to jump and everything with it. But play it on the 3DS or the Wii U. For full analog control, you can turn around much better. A lot of people still say you're stuck with 8-directional movement. I don't see it. I can turn around so much easier in this version. Not so much when I'm doing that little plod, but otherwise I can turn around so much more easily in this version. You have more characters to play as. You've got a bunch of mini games that we'll be unlocking later on. And graphically, most of it is a big improvement. Not all of it. Sometimes the lighting and everything, it's just a bit too bright. Like Bob on Battlefield, for instance. I can't help but feel that while the cliffs and everything and the dirt look better, everything is just a bit too brightly coloured, I feel. It all looks a bit too yellowish. I'm not really sure. Anyway, a new gimmick introduced in Super Mario 64 DS are Silver Stars. So there's a whole bunch of these in several levels. You collect 5 Silver Stars and that will then create a normal star. Get injured, you lose a Silver Star. These will return in Super Mario Galaxy 2, but I don't think you lose anything if you get hurt then. I'm having a hard time getting this guy. Yoshi's a little bit easier to get stars with because he can grab the stars with his tongue, and that includes the power stars. And he can then grab a hold of them. I also don't think you lose the Silver Stars in Galaxy 2. You know, hey Nintendo, you know that game, right? Galaxy 2. It exists. Why is it not in 3D All-Stars? I demand an answer. Why is it not in 3D All-Stars? It's the better Galaxy game. It's not saying much because they're both fantastic, but it's the better Galaxy game. And it's not there! Alright, so that's the new gimmick. So every course has, in Super Mario 64, every course has 6 power stars. And then you had yeah, I think that was right. But every course has a number of power stars, but Super Mario 64 adds 1 additional power star to each level. Speaking of which, hey look, it's Mario! Welcome to Super Mario 64. So I thought that some of the missions are different. Yeah, okay, so yeah, in every I was a bit confused then. Every course in Super Mario 64 has 6 power stars, plus a 7th star that you get for collecting 100 coins, which are the absolute worst. In Super Mario 64 DS, you get an additional star, so every course instead has 8 stars. And many of the bonus courses, That guy has a way smaller hitbox on the DS version. A lot of the bonus courses, which did have 1 power star in 64, have 2 power stars in 64 DS and so on, as well as a whole bunch of new areas. Mario is way clunkier here. There's no run button, you don't really need it. It was just, speed was just all about how far you tilted the analog stick. So I don't know why 3D World has a run button, but I don't care, because I love 3D World, and I don't love this. Look at these 2D objects that made to look like a 3D object. So this mission isn't in Super Mario 64 DS. Instead we were given the, instead you have to fight the King Bob-omb a second time. All you gotta do is just simply make your way over to this island. It's just as simple as that. Another major issue that I have with Mario 64's controls is that when you're playing this version, Mario can't always decide how he likes to turn around. Like, there are times you'll turn the analog stick around and Mario will just stop in place and do a quick 180. That's what you want him to do. That's what you expect him to do. But there are other times where he decides to do like this U-shaped turn, covering a much larger area, and that I hate. He also likes to take a few, just ever so slightly tap forward, but he will take a few steps, and that's annoying as well. And I have walked off the edge many times. Luckily he usually grabs the ledge, but not always, and he doesn't always know how to react to terrain. An issue that continued into Sunshine. Okay, so we're back on the DS version, and well, it's the same as what we just did. I thought I was playing 64 DS, not Sunshine, where I have to fight every single boss over and over again. How many times in Sunshine do you have to fight that freaking piranha plant? Just covered in paint. I think you fight that thing like 6 times. And that giant blooper thing, you have to fight that like 3 or 4 times. But yeah, we gotta fight him again. This time with a slight difference. It's also raining bob-ombs, as it turns out. I will say they did mess up the sound effects a bit while porting the game. The music is untouched, but the sound effects, especially the footsteps, so that I just completely ignored him. The sound effects for the Goombas, oh, they get so annoying. When there's a lot of, they make a really loud sound effect for each footstep they make. So when there's a lot of Goombas together, it is so irritating. As we'll be seeing in like the next part of it. And yeah, that's me getting the buttons mixed up, because I'm used to playing this on my 3DS where I only have 2 shoulder buttons. It's not like a the new 3DS, but it's just it's just the original 3DS XL. So you only have 2 shoulder buttons. So it was messing me up. So one of them like the I forget what it's called, ZR, RZ, that brings up that screen that you used to reset the game or change the camera. Stuff like that. The king refuses to be dejected by a single defeat. I'm back with a new star from Bowser. I've also restyled my moustache. There you have it. You look exactly the same. I'm unstoppable. If you want the power star, you'll have to knock it out of me. But the only way to do that is to pick me up from behind and fling me down. And that will never happen. Bring it on, shorty. They really do just flat out tell you how to do it. Alright, dude, your moustache doesn't look any different to me. You still just look like the Pringles guy. Only the colours are swapped round. Anyway, this is all you have to do. Just get it behind it. You don't actually need Mario, you just need to grab a Mario cap and that'll be enough. Toss him again. And it's the usual standard, do it 3 times. In a Nintendo game? Can you believe it? You hit an enemy 3 times in a Mario game? When does that ever happen? Samara's crown never comes off. Ow, that hurts! Your sneaking skills are something. I always wanted a servant like you. Here's your star, as I promised. Take it. Farewell. Okay, he's gone for good now. We won't be seeing him again. But that would be the first mission on the original version of the game. Big Bob-omb's Revenge. So that's essentially the mission that replaces getting to the little floating island. Mario wings to the sky. Okay, we can't actually do this mission yet. We need the wing cap. In Super Mario 64, you need 10 power stars to gain access to the wing cap. In this, I think it's 13. I can't really remember. So we're going to need to get a few more power stars before we're able to go after this specific star. However, in Super Mario 64, you can go after any star you want, unless it's one that requires you to select a specific mission, like Koopa the Quick. There's also a few times where you might need to like finish the first mission and then do something else, go back in the level, like with Dire Docks. You need to complete the first star, then you can go to the second Bowser fight, and then that will make the submarine like go away or something, and then you can gain and makes all the poles appear. Or there's another level where something like that happens. I can't remember which level it was. And that's really going to bother me now that I just had the level in my head and I've just forgotten which one it is. Oh, Jolly Roger Bay. You need to complete the first mission, and then that will raise the sunken ship, and that will be there for all the other missions. So there are a few times where you might need to complete a specific mission or select the specific mission. But for the most part, you can get the stars in any order you want, which is definitely something that 64 has above the other games. Like, it's definitely got the highest replay value. And not to say that the others don't have it, because although in the others you still have to go after the power stars in a certain order, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do all the power stars in this level, then all the power stars in this level. You can go from level to level, because you'll unlock multiple levels at once. You might still have to do it, you still have to start off linear. Like, you still have to get like maybe 5 power stars to unlock another 2 levels, but then you're free to do those 2 levels as well as finish the current one in any order you wish. Anyway, I was wandering around for the red coins for a while. I have to make my way over here. I was looking for a bob-on buddy that's supposed to show you where the red coins are, but I think you have to select a specific mission to get him to appear. And then again, he'll be in every level. And something that was added to this game. Nintendo love red coins. They're everywhere here. There are even more of them in Sunshine. That is me getting the buttons mixed up again. And this is not the only part in which I'm going to be doing that. No, I think I need a power-up for that. Right, let's make a jump for it. This is where I failed because he beat me to it. Interjected. Alright, we can just do it that way. I don't know how I missed that. Red coins are useful for going after the 100 coin missions as well, because they count as 2 coins. And the coins do fill up your health. So it's like 1 coin is 1 slice of health, so a red coin is 2 slices. Alright, we found the 8 red coins. Alright, 1 last power star. You can't actually see the mission on the moment because I haven't cleared mission 5, and it counts as mission 7. Very, very simple one. You can't do this if you select the silver star mission though, because the chain chomp changes location. Simply get onto this thing. Watch out, he will try and attack you. Luckily his hitboxes are a bit smaller here than on the original. And then once he's done that, he will bounce around and conveniently break open this gate. It's a very good thing he does that. Apparently this thing was inspired by a dog that tried to attack Shigeru Miyamoto. That must have been a terrifying looking dog. What kind of dog looks like that? And that's it. Well, we've still got to get the 100 coin missions. They're always fun. We'll do that at the beginning of the next part. Other than that, we've got to wait before we can get the final power star. So that is most of Bob-on Battlefield done. We'll be heading to another location in the next part once we've got our 100 coin star. So I will